Welcome to Game Night Tonight for another game unboxing of this game, Eldritch Horror. This looks a little bit like I think it's called Arkham Horror as well, so it looks similar, but this one is, instead of being a card game, it is a board game. So it looks like it's going to be kind of a mystery game, a lot of different monsters and things happening, as you can see by the artwork here on the front. So we're going to crack into this. It is a game for 1 to 8 players, which is awesome because there's not a lot of games that go up to 8 players, so it's great to have more variety like that. But this rule book, it is going to show you everything that's going to happen, game overview, how to set up, what to do, what you're going to be doing, how you can play the game, what you're going to do on your actions, your encounter phase, things like that, but ultimately how to win the game and work, I'm guessing, working together to solve the different mysteries or whatever. But it is only a 16-page rulebook, so kind of a light read, but not too bad. It's reasonable. There's some out there that are like 30 plus pages, and that's when it's crazy. The reference guide, of course, helps you get through stuff a little bit quicker, so you can look things up exactly if you have any questions, which these kind of games tend to have little bits here and there that you need to kind of look into or just brush up on really quick, and this allows you to quickly refer to those different things, whether it's the verbiage or things like that. So you have the index here at the back to look those up. But this will help you explain everything. There's the quick reference guide for all the different symbols that you're going to be seeing throughout the game. All right, let's crack into this. So right here we've got tons of board, well, not tons, I guess just 3 different little boards with the punch outs. So I'm going to bust into those and we'll see some of the punch outs that we're going to be seeing in this game. All right, so we've got, looks like different tickets. You can take a train or a boat here. You got different tokens here that's like +1 for those different things, whether it's your mind, your looking, your reading, your friendship, and then your strength. You're going to be looking, so investigation tokens, and then these are like the different characters I'm guessing that you get to be able to use, and then they've been overcome by monsters down here. But on the flip side, it says +2 instead of +1. Then you got little heart tokens, exclamation points, and then all these, what was that? So investigating, so like things that are going to be happening, like where you're at, how you're investigating, that kind of thing. So you got those punch outs there. Then you got the monsters. It looks like all the different monsters you're going to be encountering. You got more hearts. Obviously, that's going to be your life force in the game, but just tons of different level monsters. It looks like these have different symbols in the bottom right. Some of them do, but it does say what they are, like serpent people. You got the Shoggoth, the skeleton, different things like that. On the back, it'll tell you exactly what they are, like how hard they are to beat, I'm guessing. So like maybe that's just like the victory points that you get for defeating these different guys, but like the strength that it takes and then what they do, all that kind of jazz. So all these are going to be outlined here on the backs. More hearts, obviously, and then more tickets for the boats. And then last but not least, we just got more hearts because you need hearts, you know, to live. And then you got to have brains to be able to solve this mystery, I'm guessing. And then you got portals, it looks like, to different locations. So each of these like takes you to different locations based on where you put the portal, and then just the backs of the monster tokens and everything like that. So there you have it for that. Moving on to this. Interesting, they've individually wrapped each of these different like cutouts and stuff. I like it because it does show that it is protected and that they have done that to make sure everything stays together. Ooh, this is going to be a big board. All right, so moving on to how big the board is. We're not done yet. Hold on. Wow. All right, here it is. There's the huge player board. Dang. So you got like the reserve out here. You got locations out and about here, things in between. So you have to have a sail, like exploring things. And then you got tracker token up here for whatever the reason is. And then the omen. Yeah, so it's the omen track. Interesting. So different things are going to be happening. The omens that will be coming about in this game. But really big board. But I kind of like the bigger board sometimes. It gives you a lot more play surface and everything there. Break into the first thing here, we've got just these little plastic stands. They look a little bit heavier duty than most, which is great. It's going to hold up the different characters and tokens. And you have 4 individual dice. Dice are pretty self-explanatory. They're just 6-sided dice. There, we got that. Set this aside. I'm going to crack into the bigger ones here. All right. So on these bigger ones, if I can get it open, All right, and then you got these different cards here. It looks like the world is devoured. So on the back side, it's going to tell you like the rest of the story, that what happens when you actually don't defeat the different guy. But Azathoth is like point value or whatever. I mean, maybe that's just the omen that he comes in at, whatever, just explanation of what happens there, what will be happening here, and then stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. So different things are going to be happening with these different guys here. You got the Yog Sothoth, and then his, oh, interesting, different thing on the backside. So I'm guessing that guy was the very last. So based on the omen track, which character is going to be coming out and which one you have to defeat. Because you're just going to be going through a whole bunch of different monsters, it looks like. The Shub Nagurath. Oh, interesting name. I don't know if these are based off of like actual creatures or something, or just something the game creators made up. Sothola. I don't know. But all of them have that tracker at the top there. You got the Omen track at the top, and then what's going to be happening, Madness from the Sea, Final Mystery, all that kind of jazz. But then you got all of these. Ooh, all of them kind of have the similar thing here. But let's see if they have the same. Okay, so these are the character tracks here. So you got the character, who they are, right? What their actions are, how much life they have, everything like that. What you start with, I imagine. And then on the backside, just a little bit of background for that character, what they do, what their specialties are, and everything. Yeah, so a little bit background story on them and like their specialties and everything like that. So you got that one for that character. You got Charlie Kane. Obviously, each of them are going to just be different specialties, different actions, different background, obviously, and then the things that they're good at there. But Diana Stanley, got her, then her story. Then you got Jacqueline Fine. Nice. She's looking fine. Okay, too many dad jokes. Not very good at those. Jim Quilver. Oh, Culver. Jim Culver. He brings a trumpet to the game, which might fend off most of the shrill, piercing, sounds of the monsters, so that they, their eardrums burst or something. You got Leo Anderson. Must be related to me somehow. I'm not sure. He's a strong guy, though. Cool. His little background there. You got Lily Chen. And then her specialty and then everything like that. Looks like she's strong and has good relationships or something. Lola Hayes. All right, Lola, what are you going to do? What are you going to do and help with? And you got Mark Harrigan. Mark Harrigan. I like when they give you enough like variety in the characters that you can like choose multiples, but then you can like mix it up, who's playing who, and then you never really get bored because you can replay it over and over. And it looks like it's going to get crazy with all the Foreman Withers and his backstory and everything. But I really do like the variety in the different characters. So you got Silas Marsh. Wow, Silas Marsh, and then his backstory here. And then he's really good at seeing things and everything. And then last but not least, we got Trish Scarborough. Nice. And there is all the character cards, as well as some of the Omen Tracker monster things that are going to be coming out. Those are the bigger cards here. So let's go ahead and crack into the smaller cards. So we got, looks like different size. So you got the 3 different sizes: large size cards, you got the mini cards, and then the regular size. It looks like the standard size cards. But we've got here, I'm guessing, oh man, these are all going to be, let's do this. So those are going to be one thing. These are all going to be weapons and stuff that you're going to need. And then you got just various other things. So I'll just go through these ones first. So you got like debt, things that are going to be happening. You got debt, and then on the back it says hitmen. So hitmen are going to come at you, I guess. But they're all different because you got a debt collector for one of them. You got debt on one side, and then you got a local authorities on the other side. You got debt on that side. Unwilling servant. Oof. The artwork. Beyond riches. Love it. And then you got make a deal on that one. So those are all the debt cards. You got Dark Pact. So you got a handful, well, just 3 Dark Pacts. And then on the back, you got Pact with Yog Sothoth. That was one of the the monsters, I believe, that we saw. Another Dark Pact. Pact with the Dark Man. Dark Pact. One of the 1,000. You've got Detained. 3 Detained. Restrictions. Interesting. Okay, so there's Cruel and Unusual. You got Detained, and on the backside you got a Starvation. Detained, and on the backside, Holding Cell. And I am going through these pretty quick, so if you need to stop the video or slow it down, feel free to do so. So back injury, you got that. Then on the flip side, a fractured spine. Ooh, that's not something you want when you're fending off these monsters. Ooh, muscle spasms, those are the worst. Those are the worst. Maybe not as bad as fractured spine, but then you got the nerve damage. Not good either. All right, internal injuries. Oh my gosh, so we got 3 of like every single type of thing. So you got internal injury, you've got a cracked rib. Oh no. And obviously all these things as you're going along will impede you from being able to do what you need to do. Excruciating pain, that will definitely impede you from being able to fight off these different monsters and solving the crime and mystery of what's going on in Eldritch as a horror scene. Internal bleeding, oh my gosh. Leg injury, we've got 3 of those again. So leg injury, we got stabbing pain for that leg injury. And it looks like all of them are the same on the front side. It just depends on what you roll. And then you can get a twisted knee. That's, I've had that happen to me. It's not fun. Not fun. You got strange remedy. And then you got paranoia. Oh, yeah, you might as well be going crazy in this. Kleptomania. Paranoia with violent outbursts. Paranoia with agoraphobia. Agoraphobia. I am not sure on what that actually is. It's a fear of something. Hallucination. Okay, hallucination. This is swarming, so you think that bugs are everywhere. Oh my gosh. All right, the voices on this one, hallucination. You're hearing things now, and delusions. You're getting delusional. Shoot. Amnesia. We got 3 of those. Faceless person. Wow. Unexplained debts. We've got forgotten crimes. Oh, shoot. You forgot to tell us about those, didn't you? The terrible truth. All right. We're going to start moving through these a little bit quicker. So you got all the cursed ones. Here's the front for them. And then on the back, you got the Innsmouth. Look. You've got Harried, and you've got Karmic Justice. You got 3 blessed here, and you've got Blessing of Nodens. You got Beloved of Bast, and you've got Visions of Hypnos. Oh man, they fit so much onto these little tiny cards. So Blessing of Isis. You got Blessing of Isis there on the back, level 0, 1, or 2, based on what you get. Blessing of Isis, 0 through 2, and then 3 plus. So based on what you roll or whatever, you can have different ones there. Then you got the Feed the Mind here. Wow. Okay. Feed the Mind, 0 through 2, 3 plus. You get those different things. Feed the Mind. Well, drop that one. 0 and 1 plus on those. Feed the Mind. All right, Conjuration. Got some Conjuration happening. 0, 1 through 3, and 4 plus. This seems like it'd be right up the alley for a good Halloween time or spooky time that you like. Conjuration 0, 1, 2 plus. All right, Plumb the Void. We got 2 of those. You got 0, 1 through 2, and 3 plus. You've got the Plumb the Void again, and it's a 0 through 1 and a 2 plus. Oh, Shriveling. So I'm wondering if this is like, you have to do this first to resolve the effect based on your test results. So like, you're going to have like different test results, but then you have to roll the die to see what you're going to get. You got the Shriveling, again, 0, 1, 2 plus. You got the Clairvoyance. All these different things are going to affect you or help you in some way, shape, or form. And that will make the game a little more interesting and spooky and painful and lots of things. Mists of Relsh. All right, moving on to the Mists of Relsh. You got those, that one, and this one. We got a Wither, a spell. We're getting into some witchcraft here. Got some spells happening. Some more Wither. 0, 1, and 2 plus. You got the Flesh Ward. Big guy here. 0 through 1, 0 and 1 plus. Flesh Ward. So I'm guessing some of these you like roll 2 dice. Maybe some of them you roll based on 1 dice. Not entirely sure. And still Bravery. So I didn't say it earlier, but like we just picked up this game based on the looks, which is what we tend to do with a lot of our games, and we really haven't been disappointed by very many. So this has been nice. And then right here we've got different icon references, number of players, spawn gates. So this is just like if you're doing a 1 player, number of players, how many spawn gates, spawn class, the icon represents number 3, number 5, number 7, and then in the back you have the 8. So these are just like for your setup initially, how many things you need for each of the individual games that you're doing. So there's those ones. Now we got to get to these ones that all have the same back. So first of all, this all has the same back here. It's just like a little map of the area, a couple little pictures, a hammer, that kind of thing. But on here we have a lightning gun. We've got the Sword of Saint Jerome, the Colts de Gules, de Vermis Mysteris, Necromicon, the Ticket Halat, the Flute of the Outer Gods, Gatebox. So these are items that are going to help you. Have a Glass of Mortlan. Yes, Grotesque Statue. It's an item. The Migo Brain Case, the Pallid Mask, the Ruby of Relay, the Silver Key. So all these items are going to help you along your way as well. Nice. Okay, it looks like these are going to be the weapons as my guess, because we got keys, you got a necklace, a revolver, some bullets, a picture, a flask, of course, to ease your pain there, or forget about it in that case. So you got a cat burglar. He's an ally. You got an arcane scholar. He's another ally. So we're going to find some allies here. Personal assistant, got an ally. Private investigator, ally. Hired muscle ally, but we did have a level 1 here for the cat burglar, but then we're going to be leveling up here at the top. Vatican missionary is an ally. We got level 3s. We got lodge researcher, another ally. A witch doctor, another ally. Level 4, an urban guide. Back down to a level 1, and these all have the same backing, but it does switch a little bit. So we have an item this time. We got kerosene. We've got holy water. We've got dynamite, level 3. .18 Derringer. Nice. Got a gun there. Bullwhip. You got a 38 revolver. You got a spirit dagger. You got an axe. 45 automatic. Carbine rifle. A double-barreled shotgun. Protective amulet. A holy cross. Whiskey, of course, helps. Bandages, a pocket watch. Lucky rabbit's foot, that will help. Lucky cigarette case. Fine clothes. Fishing net. Puzzle box. You got a trinket instead of an item this time. Arcane manuscripts. King James Bible. Kind of covered that one up, sorry. Arcane tome. Wireless, whoa, I'm shaking a little bit. Wireless report. A charter flight. Delivery service. Whoop, I am shaking for some reason. All right, maybe I'm just getting scared of all this stuff that's going to happen. Private care. You got sanctuary. Silver Twilight ritual. And last but not least, an agency quarantine. Boom. So there you have it for all the mini cards here that are going to be happening in this game. I'm going to slide them back into here for right now. And we are on to the normal sized cards to see what those entail. Looks like these are going to have more of the scenarios, and my guess, all the different monsters that we're going to encounter, all the minor monsters, and then you're going to get to the bigger monsters, obviously with the bigger cards later on in as the omens pass and come about. All right, so let's see here. Anything different? So these are all going to be the same backing here all the way through here. And then let's see, we have all the same. Ooh, Nope, just sets of 3 or 4 here, all the way through this. Yep, it's gonna be how it's gonna go. Okay. So based on the backing, but like different things, different monsters, creatures that you're gonna be facing off against. And then last but not least, we got these ones, which look kind of like location. Yep, so these are going to be like location things that are going to be happening based on where you're at on the map. But they got the Himalayas, what's going to be happening there. Himalayas, you got the Amazon. All right, and this is like if you're hurt, you're some other dimension, towering larva. Wow. So like different things are going to happen based on like what you have, I'm guessing, token-wise or maybe power-wise for each character or whatever. But that was the Amazon. You got the pyramids here. The pyramids again. And they're all different. They each have different things on the pyramids. So Tunguska, you got that. That's 3 for this location. 2 and 3. So different things happening at the different locations there. Set those aside. These ones all have the same backing, so we're going to start with them, make it a little bit easier. Okay, so Great Hall. Oh, first backing looks kind of like a portal of some sort. You're just moving on to whatever it is. So we've got the Great Hall of Kaleno. You got the future. The City of the Great Race. And Lost Carcosa. The past. So these are just all things that are going to happen. You're going to be going to the past. The past. So based on like research, it seems like things are going to be happening. You're going to learn different things. Dreamlands, that's the future. Of course, you can tell. City of the Great Race. Different things happening, different places. Yuggoth. So locations that we've never heard of, different things you've never seen, but you might be getting different. Oh, that was a Great Hall of Seleno. The Lost Carcosa, again. Yuggoth. City of the Great Race. Yuggoth. The Great Hall of Seleno. I'm wondering, because it has numbers down here at the bottom too. Las Carcosa has the number 17, and then you have the Underworld is level 18, and then 19 is the City of the Great Race. 20 is the Hall of Seleno. So like based on what you encounter in what order, I'm not sure if you have to do it in order or if it's just based on where you're going and what's happening. But you got Dreamlands, Yuggoth again, the Abyss, and Las Carcosa. And I don't know if this is like a scenario-based game that like happens different ways, different times, that kind of thing, like where you go against different creatures, or if it's all just kind of a continuous story that you can play over different playthroughs or whatever. So here we got city, wilderness, and sea. So different things happening based on where you're at. Again, it starts with card 1. Maybe this just to keep track of it and for like a reference guide, but it's like card 2, 3, and it's going to go on from there. But we're going to go ahead and start here. Yeah, so it's like location-wise here on the back. So you're going to city, wilderness, and sea happening, all the things that are going to be happening along those. Again, you can read all of these if you want, or just wait until you pick up the game and play it for yourself and figure it out from there. But each of these different cards is different, has different things happening based on where you are at, whether it's the city, a wilderness, or the sea, and the different things that are going to pop out, what you have to do. Are you going to be able to overcome it? Is it going to kill you? You're going to go mad? All that stuff. But city, wilderness, and sea on like pretty much all of these. Yep, there it is. Eldritch Horror taking us out in the city and wilderness and sea. Yep. Go a little bit quicker here. It started again at 3. That's interesting. So like, I guess based, oh, because we have like the different artwork. So we're now at the Yuggoth or whatever that creature is. So Yuggoth number 4, Yuggoth number 5, 6. Yep, still the same. So 6, 7, 8, back to 1 with the crazy, like, looks like, oh my gosh, what's the Pirates of the Caribbean guy? The squid face guy. Man, I can't even think. Davy Jones, that's what it is. City, wilderness, and sea. So this is Davy Jones's city, wilderness, and sea. And it looks like there are 8 cards for each one. All right, and then moving on to these. It looks like two different locations here, but it's the key and the gate. Key and the gate on this one. Key and the gate. But each of them has a different thing. There's a lot of stuff on these cards. There's a lot of information. So whoever made this game, like, props to you guys. They have done a thorough job on like creating these stories on things that can happen, things that will be happening. All right, now we're in a different location. So it's these two here. The artwork for those, but you got Rely Risen. That will be the same for all of these through 8, I believe. Rely Risen. Let's keep going. 4. We're at 5. Rely Risen 6. Okay, so there's only 6 on those. These are all different, it looks like creatures. Oh, man, yeah, different creatures, but all of them have different backings. All right, so we got the Seed of the Daemon Sultan. And then you got the Omen of Devastation. You've got the True Name. The Occult Research. I do like the artwork, though. The artwork is really cool. Spawn of Yog-Sothoth. Where the Old Ones Broke Through. It was a scary place. The Beyond One. Wonder where the Beyond 2 is. Arcane Understanding. Nature of the All-Mother. Got Hunting the Thousand. Man, there's so many cards in this game. Spawn of the Black Goat. Rituals of the Wild. Relay Risen. The Stars Are Right. Watching the Stars. And last but not least, the Deep Ones Attack. All right, so we got those cards. Wow, that was only the first bag of cards, because we've got one more, and that will finish up our game unboxing. Pretty excited about this, though. Like, this looks like an extensive game. Obviously, a little bit more reading and maybe a little bit more mature themed. So you don't want to pull out your little ones to play this game with you. So you got that there, but it does look fun. It looks like interesting. There's lots of things happening. You're going to be collecting items, collecting or gathering or knowing allies, that kind of thing. All these have the same back, so we'll start with that. We can start with them, or maybe we'll finish with them. So these all have, so 2 on that location, 3 on this, 2. So like, it's like a handful here and there, but it looks like these are all the same. And then these are all the same. And then these are all the same. And these are all the same. So we'll go ahead and start with this one. These ones are the ones that have the different backings here based on where you're at. Oh, so it's in one of these locations. So Antarctica, based on location, level 1. You got Antarctica level 2, Antarctica level 3. And then we move on to the Heart of Africa, level 1. Heart of Africa, level 2. Heart of Africa, level 3. And then the Himalayas, level 1. And the Himalayas, level 2. I think level 3 was in the other bag. So there you have those. We're going to move on to these guys here. So it's more of the, I guess, city, wilderness, sea location cards that are going to be happening depending on where you're at. So we got more of these. Just going to be going through these fairly quickly. Stopping for a split second if you need to pause. Check out what's on that card. Read it for your sake. I'm just kind of glancing over them as I'm going. There's a lot of stuff happening here. But games like this can be like, they can be really, really fun, or sometimes they can just be like overwhelming and you don't ever get through the game, mainly because you don't get past the instructions. But let's hope that that is not the case for this game, because it looks to be fun and, like I said, for a good spooky season kind of thing. So we got Shanghai, Tokyo, and Sydney on this one. You're going to be doing all the locations for that, what's going to happen based on which location you are in of those 3. So it's similar to the Wilderness City and, Sea cards, but it's the Shanghai, Tokyo, and Sydney. cards here. Different things happening. Different monsters you're going to encounter, broken legs, you know, all that jazz. Just depends on what your strength is, and if you have a weakness, and if it gets exploited, then you are in trouble. All right, moving on to the next one. We have Arkham, San Francisco, and Buenos Aires. All right. The things that will be happening in those individual locations. Perfect. Oh. But they are all numbered here at the bottom. I'm level 4 right now. Level 5. Level 6. Level 7. And level 8. So there's sets of 8 for a lot of these location cards. So it's kind of nice to keep track of that, like which ones have what, but we're going to start again with London, Rome, and Istanbul. It's Constantinople now. But we have the first one. You got level 2. Card 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8 for that location. We are on the final stretch for this game. Backing looks really kind of bizarre and creepy. You got eyeballs up here, tentacles coming out, like, oh my gosh, it's just like creatures and just overlapped, and ugh, yeah, it's great. All right, I'm guessing these are like events that are going to be happening. So we got the world fights back. We're going to have an omen of a good future, and it looks like the cost at the top will be, like, I don't know if that's the cost or different things that are going to be happening. Rally the people. It's an event. It's going to happen. Everyone has a price. So this will help with the story. It's like, tells a little blurb about the story here, and then what actually happens, and then the actions you have to take, whatever, based on those. So you have Silver Twilight Aid. You got the Haunting Nightmares. You got the Burden of Greed. And all of these have had the same symbols here at the top so far. So the world shakes. Treacherous magic. Heat wave singes the globe. Arrests made in murder case. Ancient guardians. Tide of despair. From bad to worse. A dark power. The Bermuda Triangle. The storm. All for nothing. Desperate times. Perplexing stars. Eyes everywhere. And those are those 3 symbols there at the top. And then we're switching onto these 3 symbols. We got a proposition here, and it does change colors because over here it was the gold kind of cream color. Now we're onto a green border up top. It's a proposition. We got support of the church, of course. Buying information. Heart of corruption. The witch consumes. Oh, that which consumes. Wow, I was like, the witch? That's not even spelled right. All right, the witch, that which consumes. Blood flows. Unexpected betrayal. Driven to bankruptcy. Legitimate banking. Calling the elder things. No peace for the fallen. Dimensional instability. Patrolling the border. It's an ongoing card, that one. Tied to a dark purpose. From beyond, another event. There's quite a few events. Rising terror. Strange sightings, another ongoing. Torn asunder. And moving on to different, right here, different little symbols at the top. We got growing madness, which is an ongoing rumor. We got secrets of the past. Fractured reality. Lost knowledge. Stars aligned. The Windwalker, as well as there's this symbol that is like a discard an Eldritch token from this card. So this has to carry a token or something like that. But again, these are also changing here at the top. So just note that. Return of the Ancient Ones. Faded from society. Mysterious lights. Web between worlds. Dimensions collide. And spreading sickness. So there you have it for all the different cards. This is a board game, but it does look to be 1 to 8 players. A lot of fun based on, I'm guessing just based on like kind of a mystery of like what's happening, the supernatural things that are coming about. You have to explore different places, do like encounter different monsters, different creatures, different things like that that will be coming about as you're playing the game. But hopefully you have your powers and your wits about you. You don't get caught, don't get killed, don't go mad, all the above to hopefully do that. It's interesting. I'm guessing these holders, I thought they were going to be for smaller tokens or whatever. They might be just for your player cards so that you can move around in that regard. But before we move on, let's double check under here, make sure there's nothing. Always good to check there. But there you have it. Like that's everything that's in this game. So you got your big board, you got your player tokens. Oh, that's what might go up. That's right, because you have all the different monsters. I forgot about that. Monsters and players alike you got here. So everybody's going to be out on the board, that kind of thing. So then you have your reference guide and rule book, and that is everything that comes in this game. Eldritch Horror. Board game of global mystery. It looks exciting, but there you have it. Lots to it. It seems very, very similar to Arkham Horror, but a good little spooky game that you could play with your friends. Up to 8 friends, which is awesome. My guess is it's a lot lengthier of a game than most, just because there is so much story happening and everything like that. But you can try your hand with your friends at this, facing against those monsters and ghouls and different things from different dimensions. But it looks like a ton of fun. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for future notifications on all the videos that we're going to be coming out with, so that you can catch the game playthrough of this game as well as many other games. We're just excited to do these games and play through them and help you learn different games so that you can eventually pick up and grab new games that you've never seen before or that look like would be fitting for you and your friends. So we will catch you next time on those videos here on Game Night Tonight.